successfully colonize a galaxy is not the kind of civilization that would colonize the galaxy at all.
Oof, that's heavy.
Very heavy.
What about the idea that
So
any advanced...
That's my first comment about
Okay, so you
Stephen
got another
Hawking.
one?
He made another comment about we should be a multi-planet species
What the hell
to
does that
protect
mean?
ourselves against an asteroid rendering one as
Okay.
extinct. It makes a good headline and it sounds like it makes sense, but I'm not there with it. Yeah, of course I want to back up. Of course, let's be a multi-planet species. Fine.
Right,
But I would do it for a different reason. I would do it because it's cool, not because I want to protect human species from extinction. No, that wouldn't be the reason to do it. Can I tell you why?
Please.
List every reason why you think we go extinct. One, we trash Earth. Another, and we can't live off of it anymore. An asteroid is coming. There's some nanobot gone astray. Okay?
Pandemic.
Virus pandemic. Okay. So, it seems to me that if we want to be a multi-planet species, Mars would be the one, because it's a 24-hour day. It's got seasons. We would have to terraform it first, but then we'd all move there. We'd just ship 1 billion people there.
What's up, guys? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm just opening up my horror game, which I've been working on for a while, and hopefully you guys can check it out.
Here's my point. Whatever it takes to terraform Mars and ship 1 billion people there, it's got to be easier to deflect the asteroid. Whatever it takes to terraform Mars, to turn it into Earth. If you had the power of geoengineering to do that, then you have the power of geoengineering to turn Earth back into Earth.
But there
I'm there.
occasionally are things that we miss, right? Because of the way that...
So you say, okay, whatever it takes to geoengineer Mars and ship 1 billion people there, it's got to be easier to create a perfect viral serum that makes us immune to all possible disease. It's got to be easier. Whatever that takes.
But isn't it possible that there's some asteroids that we just will not see until it's too late?
Then you put up whatever that takes. That's what I'm saying. Whatever.
But they're...
What's up, guys? So let's just go into our level right here. You'll see that it's come a long way since you guys saw it the last time. I've been working on it for the last 2 days while waiting for Meta. Let me just play it for you guys. Hear that? See these dust particles that I added. Volumetric fog. These nice little Indian looking doors. Materials that I created. This painting. This room. I should make that audio fade out. I made this carpet. This calendar. South Indians would recognize this calendar. Nice little TV. You see the textures? Okay. I hope they don't sue me for using copyrighted music, but that song just had to make it to my game, guys. So, have to make this more Indianized today. Let's see where we get. So, today I need to work on a few things. Firstly, I need to make this entire room. So I'm going to section this into 2 halves. So I'm going to make this a kitchen. Actually, Yeah, I'll cut a hole here too. I'll make this the kitchen, and I'll make this area here the bedroom, and then you get into this room. Okay, that sounds reasonable. So let's take this box brush. I'm going to show you something cool. So if you go to box, go to geometry in box, I'm going to add another box here. We'll use this box a little differently, okay? So let's put this on the floor. Let's change the width a little bit. 0.7. No, that's not that. 0.6. 0.7 is good. 7. And I'm going to change this brush type from additive to subtractive. So as you can see, we have this. Nice little. That's right. So if I play the game, this is a nice little bedroom area. So that's going to be the bedroom area, and this is going to be the kitchen area. Okay, that's wonderful. This is missing some texture, so let me add texture to these faces. This one here too. What was the texture I was using? I was called it mold. Yep, that's right. Add it there. Add it here. You can see it's a nice little crusty texture. Add it there. Add it here. Okay, so we'll make a kitchen, and we will make a. So what we'll do is we'll take one of these walls. Let's see, maybe this wall, and I'm holding Alt, so I'm creating a copy. So we've got another wall here. I'm going to rotate this wall. I can't tell you guys the story of the game yet because that would just spoil it. I'm planning to make it part of Source 3, so it's got a nice story. It's got some nice voice acting too. If anyone has a deep voice, I need your voice, because this game is gotta be scary, otherwise what's the point? थोड़ा realistic बनाएंगे, but oh my god. 1.5, 2.2, 2.8, no, 2.6. So we can just push it. This is 2.5, we'll make it. 2.5 should be perfect. No, yaar, not perfect enough. 2.3, 2.4. Fine, dude. I'll give it to you. 2.4. So that's your kitchen. This is going to be the kitchen. Let's do something, right? Let's ungroup this. I've grouped this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take just this. I'm going to delete it. We don't need a window there. So this can be the kitchen. Small kitchen area. Right? And this can be the bedroom. Let's copy this wall, holding Alt. And let's bring the. It's a small bedroom. This is not a very rich family. Let's bring it here. Right. So we got into this bedroom. Saving. This bedroom has no window. Okay, so let's do something, okay? Let's move this wall a little behind. Let's move this here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Means I need to add another clipping of wall on this side. Firstly, we'll reduce that. 1.2 should be good enough. Reduce it a little more. I don't know if this is centered. I mean, I don't know if I can't tell if it's perfect. That's okay. We'll come back to it a little later. So you walk in. This is the bedroom. Let's get some beds now. Hi Antriksh, how are you? As you guys can see, when I do my C4D lessons, or rather Unreal lessons, not too many people join because it's not fun, it's not entertaining, but it's necessary for us to do. Let's ungroup this as well. Ungroup. Let's pull just this window, just this window. Let's put it bang in the center of this room. So with boxes you can actually block out your level. So you can use additive and subtractive brushes to do a lot of cool stuff. Let's go to old abandoned furniture. Let's go to bed. Let's find old abandoned bed. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody sleeps in this house. So I will go to free furniture pack. Let's see. I'm using mostly free assets, guys. So it's anybody can do this. You don't need any expensive shit. Let's get a few chairs. Let's have this one. Have maybe 3 chairs. Let's have a bed. Simple bed here. So there's some chairs. We'll just move the chairs around. Okay. See, nobody keeps the chair straight, so we'll just move the chair. But remember, I haven't lit the room yet, so when I light the room, you guys will see the magic. Haven't brought in lights yet. So does this look like a bedroom? I don't know yet. Still very early days. Let's see. A bedroom has cupboards. Let's go to my old abandoned furniture pack. Let's look for cupboards. Let's find this cupboard here. Let me snap rotation by 10 degrees. Let's get rid of that bed. Copying it. So we have this nice set of cupboards. And this other cupboard here. Let's put the bed in the center. I think that's the better place for the bed. Let's copy it. Let's make it a double bed. Too close. Pull both, push them back to the window. The floor is quite shiny for a poor place. Let's get a reflection capture in there to more accurately determine the floor. Some people find this interesting, and thank you guys, because you're why I do this. It's very difficult to teach people when it's not entertainment. Most of you guys already know that. But at the end of the day, I just have to make you a little bit interested in this, and then things will carry out by themselves. Yeah, it looks like a hostel bed. I know how to get a good bed, but that bed looks very expensive. So let's get this 90 degrees. Put this on this. This nice spotlight that I can steal from here, which I've already kind of put in. That looks okay. Okay, that looks fine. See, there are models of beds that I mean, this one sucks, but there are models of beds that are really, really good. But they don't get across the let's scale this a little bit. 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. That's right. Scaled it. So that looks like a bigger bed. Don't look like a hostel anymore. Actually, I think 1.3 is too big. Let's do 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. Right out. Shine. Maybe somebody was sick in this house. So I have a story in mind. I'm not going to spoil the story for you guys. I'm not going to reveal that. But it is interesting. I really like this Indian calendar that I've created. Made it in Blender. So let's bring it to this room. Most of you guys will recognize it because your houses used to have something like this. Some of your houses at least. Especially if you're South Indian. Everyone in South India uses calendars like this. So it's more like a... Let's get a carpet in here. Should we get a carpet in here? Yeah. The carpet definitely adds a good vibe. Actually, let's do it. Let's get another carpet, bro. But we will scale this, make it smaller. Actually, this looks interesting. Let's play it. 1 second. Actually, let's get the lighting in first. So you guys should, all of this is going to be taught in Meta. I'm going to teach you guys how to make this from scratch. It's just I'm currently practicing for myself. Because look, if I've got to teach you, I've got to be good at it, right? It's not stuck to the ceiling. Okay, I'll fix that. पहिले हम इसको अंदर डालते हैं. So guys, did I tell you my wife made some dosa for me today, which was absolutely amazing, and I have been forced to say that. I have not been forced to say that, I'm sorry. Let's get some more. Alright. Now guys, listen, this is obviously going to be a dusty room, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something called, and it's going to be a foggy room too. So I'm going to add something called an exponential height fog. Actually, I already have an exponential height fog somewhere. Let's take it along. This is my exponential height fog. I've added a volumetric fog. Volumetric fog basically just, it makes your scene look so good. Where the hell did I push it? Where is it? Okay, put it there. Okay. Foggy beds. Just give me a second, guys. Let me just add some mold onto the windowsill. So just added some mold texture. What I need to do is I need to add some fireflies. So let's go. These fireflies are basically, like I told you, right? These really cool dust particle type effects, which I found for free. Everything we're going to do here is going to be free in the course. I'm going to ask why I'm doing everything for free. It's because once you guys get trained and educated, then you guys can make the world a better place for me, so I can chill in peace. I haven't rendered the lighting yet. This is volumetric fog, you guys can see. I should prevent the music from being directly switched off. This is the room. Either murder hua. This rotation is off. There's a gap between the walls. As you can see, the bed is a little too tall to climb, but it looks good so far. I mean, the carpet looks like it's out of the world, so we'll have to pull it back and probably move it a little bit to the right. But so far this looks good. We've got 4 lights in this room. There's dust. There's a lot of dust in the room. And obviously I'm showing you all this. This chair is outside. I'm showing you all this in low render quality. When it's high render quality, it look absolutely amazing. I haven't even rendered the lighting yet, so get rid of that chair. It's just too much. Move this inside a little bit. Little more. Oh, guys, looks like we're not in line. Perfect. I'm really excited, guys, to 0.3, 0.3. Smaller carpet, bigger carpet. I don't like things that are not center aligned. I know it's a game, but still a little bit. This is rotated poorly. Let's make this 5 degrees. Let's pull this on. We'll copy. Oh my god. This plus this, and we'll copy that. Set. We'll bring it here. Remember, guys, I haven't rendered the lighting yet. So when I do render the lighting, it's going to be amazing. I think there should be more on this wall. I want to put pictures of gods and stuff, but then I know I'll just get belted. So I'm avoid. I want to make it more realistic, but you know, India. Window. Maybe the grill I need. Window rail. I got this from a Soul City pack, which is again free. Everything is free, man. You guys just have to know where to look. Actually, this is not very good looking, so we'll remove this. We'll use this one. And what I will do is I will hide this inside the wall. Can I do that? Let's see if I can do that. 1.3, 1.2, just a little bit less than 1.3. Okay. Can I hide this mesh inside the wall? Is the question. Of course I can. More. 1.5. Chalo. See, I'm hiding a mesh inside the wall, which is crazy because I don't know how I knew that would happen, but I just did. Guess you could call that experience. Okay. So far this room is looking good. Let's just block out some area for the bathroom. So do 0.4. No, that doesn't matter. 0.2. Okay, that's good. 0.4. 0.6. Right, so this should be good enough for me to enter the bathroom. Make it subtractive. It's good to block out your levels, guys. It's good to block out your levels. The bathroom will be the scene of the murder. Actually, is there a murder in the game? Find out on the next episode of I should put some things on that in the cupboard, like some Indian dolls and models and stuff, maybe a Veena or a sitar. Let me build the lighting, guys. Let's show you what this looks like baked. Guys, you won't even expect the story of the game. It comes from my brain, so obviously it's going to be good. It's going to be a short 5-minute game. Let's see if you guys like it or not. I'm building the lighting right now. It's going to take some time. Alright, map lighting is going to be built. 0% done of the lighting. You can play the level till then. Oh, we can't play the level. Fantastic. So you start here. As you can see, I put things like mold, I put these stains, I put this water stain. So I've got to do the rest for the house, like make it look damp and break up the textures a little bit. A lot of refining to do. But so far, it's looking good. It is indeed looking good. I think I'm most happy with this thing. I didn't expect me to be able to figure out the grill so easily. I thought I'll have to go look for another model for the grill. So we have a small bathroom and then the final scene of the murder. Okay. As you can see, lighting is 0% done because it will take some time. Might have to change this material. This material looks very champu, it looks. Are you a full-time game developer? Dude, I'm not. I'm doing this just to teach people game development. But I could go toe-to-toe with some good game devs, I guess. Like, it's not very complicated if you can just focus your attention. And Unreal makes things like very, very, very easy. I think everyone just makes everything seem very hard, but once you get into it, it's easier than ever. Everyone just wants to talk about how difficult it is to do something, but game design is easy, dude. Once you get the hang of it. Yeah, obviously it was difficult 1 month ago when I just started, 2 months ago when I just started, I was very frustrated. But once you get the hang of it, you're like, hey, this shit is easy. My wife's doing it too. She's working on Unreal levels, level design, so very excited to see. And as you can see from outside, my level is absolute garbage. But that's because it doesn't matter. We have this spooky little sky. Where's the sky? Oh yeah, the moon. So if you want to build everything from scratch, yeah, it's difficult, but a lot of these models you can find for free online. I pulled a lot of free models. Like the ones I made this, I made the carpets, I made this thing here, I don't know what this thing is. So I made a few things, but I did not make all the things. I added this, you can see. So 6% done, so it's hopefully going to get done soon. If you have any questions, ask me. Chair in bedroom is not melting with furniture. Yeah, I mean this chair especially does not go with this. It's just of a different style, and Indians don't usually sit on this kind of furniture. I probably have to model. It's like I found this really nice sitar chair. Sitar chair. 3D. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it looks quite nice. This one, oh my god, my comp is lagging. This looks really nice. Thinking of getting that, but it's not that easy. Yeah, it's pretty much drag and drop, but you need to know what to drag and drop, and there are a lot of settings here, right? So, for example, I have something called exponential height fog. Let me show you where that is. So, this is exponential height fog. So, I've created something called a volumetric fog with this. So, as you can see, the volumetric fog is on. It scatters light essentially, and you know, knowing how light behaves, knowing how a photon reflects, I mean, you need to know a little bit of physics, right? But actually you don't, because once you start using the software, you'll eventually realize, or you'll figure out how things work. It's just about comfort with the engine, and you need a good powerful PC to run this. Most people don't have a powerful PC, and if they do, they don't feel like they're good enough to be game developers, so they don't even try. But actually it's not that hard. And that's my job, right? My job is to also motivate you guys and tell you that, hey bro, it is possible to do all these things, so why don't you try doing it? Why is the light leaking from this, from here to here? I have to figure that out too. So my job is just to show you that it's possible, get you on the path, and then get out of your way. Yeah, so we do code. I am coding, so I'll give you an example, right? This radio here is coded. Let me show you. Let me show you the blueprint of the radio. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's code, but it's code in a different way. So let me just get to the beginning. So I'll give you an example, okay? So when you click on the radio, when you press the on button, you do a little bit of checking, and then what you do is, if it was not already on, then set it to on. If it is already on, then set it to off, right? It's very simple. We will learn blueprints. It's not that difficult. Now if it's on, then we have a select case. We change the mesh to make sure that we show that it's getting on, so we change how the mesh looks. Basically we have the mesh with the button pressed, and then we check if it belongs to another horror event. I'm using an engine to power some of this, but it's very, very easy to understand this. It looks complicated, it looks like it's from hell, but it's not. I'll give you a simpler example, right? So we have a trigger box here. So actually when the level starts, I'll just go show you the level blueprint. There are two things, right? There's object blueprint and there's level blueprint. So in the level blueprint, when it starts, I'm spawning a sound, right? I'm spawning this scary background music which I've already uploaded, right? And I'm setting it as a variable called background audio. Okay, it's an audio component object reference, and you'll understand all this when we start working on it. So I've just set that the audio is on and I'm playing some audio. Now when you jump on this trigger box, or when you go to this trigger box, right, stop audio box, what happens is, I've not put any code here, but I put code in the level blueprint. Let me show you. So when you overlap the stop audio box, right, what happens is this background audio, which we had set here, I would just want it to stop. So Unreal already comes with all these commands to modify animations, 3D, audio. Nothing you have to do except put things together. You're basically a Lego block maker, and you will never need to expose the underlying engine, and there are plugins if you need to do that. So it's really, you will never need to code. Now people say, well, isn't it cheating? Well, technically it is, and everything is going to become drag and drop in the future, and I'm just the guy that's showing you the logic behind it. Now blueprints are code, don't get me wrong, right? Things like switch case, things like conditions, things like loops, obviously, right? It is actual code. You're setting variables, you're getting variables, you're understanding scopes, but they've made it so easy where you don't have to sit and figure out how to make the computer play audio. You just use a command called play audio, right? So Unreal has figured out all the base stuff, so you can actually just focus on your game. It's really exciting, really interesting. Am I lagging? Let me just change my streaming settings. Let's get you some more video. 4,000. Let's send you 4,500 kbps. Righto. You can also click pictures of real objects and convert in 3D. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to do that. So yeah, somebody's asking me, when will Avalon Meta Beta start? Whenever Google says, bro, you can begin now. Google's being a little bit slow, understandably, but just have to wait till they say, well, you are ready. By the way, I've made these objects hover. You'll see them. See them when the lighting's built. The building lighting is taking forever. So I'm just going to go grab a cup of coffee. You guys can do the same, and when we come back, we can play through this level with lighting. And this is not how the level will look. It'll look very different once the lighting is baked, once it's done. I'm excited to see it along with you guys. Just if you guys can give me suggestions onto what to put in these cupboards, what models to put, it just has to look like an average Indian household. What do average Indians have in their household? And I've gone to Pinterest, right? I've gone to Pinterest and I said middle class Indian. Yeah, I already have all these. You can see that, like for example, look at this. They have some books, some cutlery. It's very what do I say? It's not something I can use. It's not specific objects, and I have to sit and model small objects. Indians have a lot of religious stuff, and I can't do this because then I will get belted. Because you know how our country is. Even if you're working on artistic stuff, you're not allowed to recreate old atmospheres because you might hurt some sentiments. I'm trying my best, right? I mean, the door has some religious stuff, but there's nothing I can do about it because otherwise it won't look so Indian. See? So, yeah. So if you guys can give me ideas, I'm open. Prize and medals of kids. Well, there are no kids in this scene. There are no kids in this house. See, that's the thing. There's an interesting story with regard to the family living here. Right, and I can't wait to tell you guys the story through the game. It's actually considered Source Episode 3. Source Episode 1 was audio, Source Episode 2 was text, Source Episode 3 is an entire game. How cool is that? And I complete the chapter. So I feel like most of you guys will live these interactive experiences, especially in VR, pretty soon. I can convert this game to VR in single click. Unreal is awesome like that. I don't have to think about the base architecture, the positioning. Unreal does the conversion by itself. So I'm really, really, really excited to see, what goes on. These dust particles look so cool. Alright guys, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I guess you guys can do the same too. We'll be right back. One second. A lot of people tell me you can't be experts in multiple things, right? But I think I disagree because, I could definitely claim to be an expert in a couple of things. And usually, when you become an expert, say in Photoshop, then it makes it so much more easier for you to do things like, say, Substance Painter, this tool that I have here, which is to make materials. If you go to Substance Painter, it makes you much better at 3D. If you're much better at 3D, then you're obviously much better at game design. So I have noticed that. It's only stupid people who say you can get good at one thing, which is why I hate college, right? It kind of tells you that you're only good at one thing, which is so far from the truth, I don't even know where to begin. Do we have curtains? We don't have curtains. So as you can see, I need to start working on getting some packs. I'm going to make a small kitchen here. Like, let's have a kitchen sill. It's going to be interesting to have a kitchen here. So today I've got to finish off the bedroom, I've got to finish off the kitchen, I've got to finish off the bathroom. It's going to be cool. These hovering pieces of furniture. Going to be very interesting. I hope you guys are ready for the final game though. That's right. That's actually a good way of putting it. Let me just pop out my chat. That's actually a very good way of putting it, right? Almost everyone is an expert at walking and eating, right? Everyone knows how to digest food. Everyone knows how to walk. Everyone knows how to eat. Everyone knows how to sleep because they've been doing it all their lives. See, Flutter is interesting, right? But my problem is Flutter doesn't have the user base that is necessary to call it a full-fledged community app. See, my friends convincing me to play Dota, which I do not want to play right now because I'm obviously building lighting and talking to you guys. Flutter doesn't have the community that, say, React has. So maybe in 6 months, a year, this is going to change. But I'm starting to see that it's getting easier and easier to build apps. When I started doing it, Rails was like a big deal, right? Because people are just like, wow, it's so much easier to build an app now. But these new tools have just made it so much easier. That's why I feel like people who don't learn how to code are absolute idiots, because it's not that difficult to learn how to code. And it's the same across every language. The switch case in Unreal is the same as the switch case in C++ or the switch case in Ruby. It's just like these 10-15 concepts that you need to keep in mind, and obviously it's, you need to be logical about it. But people just don't listen to me. They keep saying I'm not a coder, but there's nothing to do in being a coder. It's just a function of practice. It's like the English language. You just need to spend a little bit of time, and you don't need to be perfect. So it's this quest for perfection that screws people over. But I'm going to change that. I'm going to make everybody educated. I'm going to teach you guys how to design. All of you guys will be creating your own worlds. You won't need anybody else's help. You guys will be super employable in the new digital future, the new digital economy. People are buying like digital levels. People are buying digital assets. I bought this abandoned furniture pack for $2, right? Now imagine 100,000 people buy it. The guy is rich. Basically, the guy doesn't have to work again if he saves that money wisely. Then you got to teach the guy finance. So I'm going to teach you guys all of this, how to. We're going to start slow, right? From Photoshop to finance to business to team building to everything. Yeah, you could put a 3D model in a video in any way. You can do it in Unreal too. There's this thing in Unreal called cinematics, which just allows you to create level sequences. It's too easy, dude. Like, I'll teach you soon. You just have to wait for Meta, I guess. And there's a lot to learn, right? We start in Meta, you start with basics, and then you go into, say, Photoshop, and then you go to statistics. You need to learn statistics, fundamental statistics for this, right? Because if you don't understand basic statistics, you won't understand what's working and what's not. You'll just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Then we need to study, after design, we need to study web design, right? So you know how to build a web presence for yourself. Right, then we start in game design. Then we start. So you do 3D first, and then game design, and then marketing, when you need to sell and promote your game. So at the end of the best in the world are all games, right? Facebook is a game. It's a social status game. Same with Instagram. It's a social status game. Alright, guys. So I'm gonna close the live sesh. The building the lighting is taking forever, but I'll catch you guys soon. And I do some stuff like this every morning. Thanks for joining on, guys. It's always a pleasure. Bye bye.